real estate?
Yeah, it's a great question. So I was a conductor for BNSF Railways. I started out when I was 19, so that was around 2006. It's a great job if you don't have any kids or a wife. So I got married, and I was like, this job kind of sucks. And then I started having kids, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. So I was looking around. I mean, I was looking at everything. I was like, I could be a postmaster or a postman. Like, I needed out of that job just because of the time suck of it. You're always on the road, always on call, those sort of things. So I was Googling around. I'm always like somewhat handy, like enough to be dangerous. So I was like, I'll be a GC. And then I stumbled upon a Bigger Pockets podcast of a landlord that became, a handyman that became a landlord. And he recommended a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. So I went out to Barnes & Noble, bought that, and then that was the start of the journey.
Changed your whole life.
Changed my life, yeah.
So how quickly from reading Rich Dad, Poor Dad to jumping in real estate was it?
I took about 9 to 12 months of education. So I read that in 2015, and we didn't buy our first one till October of 16.
Okay.
So it takes me a while to get comfortable, and I had enough education at that point. I knew my numbers were solid on what I was doing, so I felt more comfortable with it. But I didn't run and jump right away into it. It took me some time to get comfortable.
Okay. So we'll jump forward to something, things you brought up, education. So now you've been on these podcasts, you've met Brandon Turner, you're part of one of his masterminds, all this, and then you were asked to teach.
Yeah.
So now you're teaching. So I kind of want to tie the two into it. How big is education, both receiving and now giving education for you? Receiving education is huge. Like, that's what gets you comfortable with it. You see a lot of people that kind of come and go in real estate. They're like, oh, this seems cool. And then they get into it, like, it's too much for me. Like, but getting that solid sense of the numbers, how things work, makes all the tough times a lot more easy, because you can underwrite deals quicker. The numbers are real. Like, that's the biggest thing people get, is to underwrite a deal, and they just kind of lose confidence in it. They self-sabotage it. I still do that myself. I can self-sabotage a deal really easily and make it so I don't do anything. But having that foundation, that knowledge underneath is huge. I think anytime you do a deal, and say you start off with a $150,000 single family home somewhere, and you're gonna be nervous.
No.
And I remember my first deal. I don't remember how much I ended up backing out of it because found some stuff on inspection, but I remember it was under 200,000, and I was scared to death.
Yep.
I don't think I slept for like 2 days. And now you do larger deals, and that fear is still there, but it's different.
It's different.
And so I think it's going back to the education piece. It's just